Hi everyone, it's Jamie here. I'm a mindset coach and energy healer for nonconformists. I support badass women in designing the life of their dreams their way. Today I want to talk to you guys about negativity and explore whether it's sabotaging you or supporting you. I think that this is such an important topic because oftentimes people see negativity as this thing that's bad, something to be avoided, like the plague. And that becomes really problematic. It's so important to remember that negativity is an emotion, a feeling, an experience that we as humans have because we are meant to. And in its neutral, natural state, it's actually of high service because it's very informative. It's basically similar to when you're driving and your GPS is rerouting you because you took the wrong turn. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can still end up exactly where you want to be, where you're meant to be. It's just that, if you're going, if you're trying to get to a certain destination and the trajectory that you're on isn't going to get you there, it's really important for us to be informed of that so that we can make choices that are actually going to land us where we want to go. And that's essentially what negativity offers us. It's basically a way to redirect ourselves and to enhance awareness of where we are. This contrast is so absolutely important. And it's something that you're going to get the value of when you're open to it and you have a positive, healthy relationship with negativity. Negativity in and of itself is neither good or bad. It's actually similar to water. It's how you use it. If you're over drinking water, you can stress your adrenal glands and your kidneys. If you're under drinking water, you can result in poor circulation, dehydration, and a wealth of other health issues as well. Water can save your life, it can also kill you. And negativity is very similar in that it's very powerful and it's really about how we use it. But so long as people continue to perpetuate this idea that negativity is bad, that I don't want it in my life, you're actually going to be on the opposite end of the spectrum, perpetuating this toxicity because you're going to be inclined to censor yourself, and that's not going to benefit you. So I invite you, the next time you experience negativity, to ask yourself, is this sabotaging you or is this supporting you? And what I mean by that is because it offers a lesson, because it offers wisdom, it's really important to listen to it and then discern what you want to do with this. Okay, do I want to continue to engage in this negativity because it's serving me? Like feeling negative might be a way to be like, what, this is a relationship that I want to step out of. And, it won't necessarily help to just ignore it and just think about your job or your kids or something separate, because then you're not going to deal with it. Really exploring and looking at it and being like, this is negative, this is toxic, will serve you. That is a way that it's supportive. But now if you're experiencing negativity in a way that's sabotaging, it could mean that you are perpetuating it. Are you using negativity as a reason, as an excuse to replay a story from your past of why something is upsetting you, why someone harmed you, why someone did you wrong? And is it done in a way that is actually disrupting you? Is it affecting the relationships that you have with other people? Is it causing is it making your life less enjoyable? Is it impeding your ability to fully enjoy life because you're stuck on the past? Sometimes negativity is used as a tool to be resentful. And obviously, in situations like that, if you're reliving a past event that's no longer a part of you, then that's an example that it's sabotaging you. But I don't think that the solution is just necessarily to ignore it, because that's not necessarily going to go away. But it's a matter of, is this like a guest that's overstaying its welcome? Because then the time is to disengage. Whatever process that you use to work through that is entirely up to you. But the first and foremost thing is really to identify whether this is serving you or not. That is the biggest thing. I mean, ultimately it is serving you. That's why, you're engaging in it. But is it serving you in a way that's of high value, and is it beneficial for you? Okay, this is what's really important. When it's supporting you, it's actually moving you in the direction that you want to go. It's like, okay, so I'm not happy with this job. I'm not happy with this relationship. I'm not happy with where I live. And I want something different. And it can be like, well, I didn't like that my boss was a con artist. I didn't like that he was a narcissist, that he was a manipulator. And, understanding what what you thought was negative and looking at the opposite of that can very much support you. I want someone who is honest. I want someone who is encouraging. I want someone who is of high integrity. I want someone who is thoughtful and considerate and cares about their team. All of these things show up in different ways. So in this sense, negativity can serve you. Is understanding, okay, like this is what I didn't like, this is what I don't want, and this is what I do want. But if it's keeping you stuck, then that's not serving you. Now, another common way that negativity could be sabotaging you that a lot of people may not be aware of is if you're suppressing or repressing it. Like when you try so hard to be positive that you're not allowing yourself to be negative, that's a form of denial, that's a form of censorship that is really toxic. Because then you're shoving things out of your consciousness, you're shoving it into your subconsciousness, and you're disconnecting yourself from the very real experiences that you're having in life. And it's really important to really fully experience things, but do it in a way that's healthy and nourishing. Denial isn't the way to do that. So really ask yourself, okay, are you trying to undermine your feelings of negativity? Are you minimizing them? Are you discrediting them? Are you putting the needs of other people before you and saying like, oh, it's not a big deal, this and that? Are you using it as an excuse, as an opportunity or an excuse to hide? Because that's another way that negativity is sabotaging you, especially if you find yourself constantly justifying and defending. That's my biggest indicator is, I'm trying to think of an example. So I had a hairstylist that was absolutely talented, super amazing quality color service, but I didn't get what I was asking for, or I was promised something and I ended up getting something entirely different, which was gorgeous, just not what I wanted. And to me, that was such a negative experience, but I didn't want to come off difficult. I didn't want to start confrontation. So, ultimately, I really loved the results, but I felt unheard. And rather than acknowledging that, I thought to myself, oh, he's so talented, I got such a great deal, and it's so great. Like I was finding myself defending him, as a way to ignore my negative experiences of what I went through. And so this is a really subtle example that I'm giving, but the point is, if you are ignoring negative feelings or denying them or justifying them because you're constantly defending yourself, that's also an example that negativity is sabotaging you because you're basically fragmenting your experiences. Ultimately, that's what it is, okay? Is negativity fragmenting the quality of life that you can have that's of high value? That's really the big thing. Whether it's you're drowning yourself in negativity and focusing on what's wrong with the world, that you're not giving space for all of the amazing things, or are you ignoring the shitty things in your life so that you can enjoy the positive stuff and, twisting and contorting your experiences to whatever it is you want it to be rather than what it actually is? These are examples of ways that negativity is sabotaging you. When negativity is supporting you, it's helping you to move forward. It's helping you to find peace. Because sometimes it's not about moving forward. Sometimes it's about finding peace within yourself. And the best thing to do is to be present, to be in that stillness, to experience that catharsis. Even if it's painful and excruciating, there's this growth, this immersive experience that invites in something greater. These are experiences in ways that negativity is supporting you. First thing I can tell you is if negativity isn't a part of your life, that's probably a huge red flag. All right. It's not that it shouldn't be there. It's really just about whether it's in balance or not. That's the biggest thing. And what that balance looks like is going to be unique to who you are and where you are in your life. If there's a lot of negativity in your life, you need to acknowledge that. If there's a little bit of negativity in your life, that is the amount that would be of benefit for you to acknowledge, not to make 5% negativity into 90% negativity, not to turn 90% negativity into 5% negativity. Seeing the truth of things is so really important, but also recognizing where you want to be, how you want to feel, what you want to experience, and learn to reconcile those things so that you are able to experience that. And integration is just such a beautiful experience. But first things first is, if you're watching this video because you're drawn to it and you continue to watch it up until this point, you may be asking yourself, well, how do I do that? What does that look like? If you're at that phase where you're still confused, you're still in that marinating process, as I like to see it. So first, just acknowledge, is your negativity supporting you? Is it sabotaging you? And then focus on what you want to feel, what you want to experience, and then journal on it. Ask yourself, how can my negativity and what I'm going through in life, how can it serve me? How can it support me? And see what comes up for you. Meditate on it. You can do tarot readings. There's a lot of different ways that you can go about this. Use the process that feels good for you. I hope this video helped. And comment below, let me know how negativity has been serving you. And if you like this video, please share it, like it, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Bye!